Can you hear me still? All right, well, we should be live. Hold on a second. You got a notification? Hey, do me a favor. Talk a bit so I can hear you. I hear you on stream, but it's not on here. Let me make sure I got it, okay? It's not you, that's me. Actually, I know what it is. It's because we're on the wrong screen. That'll be corrected here in a minute. Okay, all right, give me a second. We'll get started here in just a second, guys. If you can hear me and you're in the chat, chime in, let me know you guys are alive. How does it feel to be alive? Well, he won't hear you. He'll only hear me. Until I switch over to the other screen, then he'll hear you. Because my audio is connected on this one, not on that. My audio is here, yours is not. That's the rub. So when we switch over to the other side, then they'll hear it. In the meantime, they're just hearing us chitty chitty chit chat. All right, I think that's good for now. Okay. I guess no, I won't even bother. We're gonna get who we're gonna get. All right, you ready, my friend? Let's see if you can be heard here.
Okay. Am I hearable?
Yes. Speak again.
Anyone?
Yep, I got you.
All right.
This is tracking audio. So if you guys are on the live
Sweet.
feed, do me a favor and voice in and let me know if you can hear Maynard T Loop. Let me make sure. I'm just gonna wait till the audio gets there. There it is. You are hearable.
Kilroy says technical difficulties, but I don't know if that has anything to do with it.
No, we're technically okay. The challenge is when I'm on that start streaming soon screen. Say that 5 times fast.
Okay.
When I'm on
Everyone's
that,
saying yes, so
yeah,
we're
your
good.
audio isn't there. Actually, I think I need to turn you down, puppy. You're a bit loud there. Let's see. Speak
Eh,
again. All right, there. How about now? Is my
All right.
audio? Yeah, yours is good. Let's see my
No, you
audio.
sound great.
Okay, good. Mine's turned up a bit, so there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is I, your illustrious host with the nerds on parade, Goz Master, the ambidextrous, but only can use one arm. 50% ambidextrous, that's what I am. And along with my main man, Mr. Maynard T. Loop, MainLoop for those that aren't in the know. Say what's up, MainLoop. How are you, sir?
What's up?
What is? I'll tell you what I really hate about Valgavoth right off the top is he's all the way down at the bottom. He's all the way at the
Yeah.
bottom. That's a bummer. All right. So we're going to talk all things Lorewind, ladies and gentlemen, and I want you guys to chime in about what your thoughts are on. Okay, my YouTube health stream is just delicious. Look at that. Not that. Where is the chitty chitty chat chat? There it is. Okay. So first, what's up? What's up, Randaron? Is that or Otteron? How do you say it? What is it? I can't see.
Is it
Uh,
Aradoran?
Eridoran. Yeah,
Or
my
Aradoran?
eyes.
I don't know.
My eyes. I got the fine arts of Mr. Guacho Guapo here as well. And we got Opera Stomper. What's up, Oppie? It's good to see you here. Dude, one of these days I gotta have you on this thing. Kilroy, what's up? The Roy the Legend is in here. We got Balin Umbrella, Balin Kimbrel. Balin
Not
Inkable.
uncommon. He's a YouTuber as well. Not
Not uncommon.
uncommon.
What's up on Not Uncommon? Not UC. NUC. That's what we're calling. We're gonna call you Nuck for not UC, not uncommon. Opera Stomper. I can't do names that are too long. There we go. We got everybody good. All right, cool. It's good to have you guys here. I appreciate you guys. I know you guys can be anywhere in the world. Chose to spend this time with us here. So let's get right into it, baby boy. How are you? I miss you. I was telling MainLoop off screens. I miss you. I haven't talked to you in forever. So just to kind of give you guys the quick skinny on my all to dos, I have been so buried. I had two major clients I took on at the beginning of the year. They wound up thinning out to where I had one major client that was taking all of my time, and now that contract is wrapping itself up. So I'm gonna have more free time to actually do some more goofiness throughout here. So expect a onslaught of videos, a glut of videos for me. But it just feels like it's been forever since we've done an NOP with each other and just hung out and talked. Probably since the last set. Probably since the last set, right?
Yeah, we tried to get one of these going here and there, but it just didn't work out.
It
So
did
I'm glad
not.
it actually panned out this time.
Absolutely. All right. Well, with that said, did you guys have questions? Chime in. I missed your comments. Put them in there right now. We're having a race. Kilroy is the number one commenter. He's got the crown. Who's going to take it from him? So spam the
Oh.
comment thread. All right. All right. So let's start talking all things Lorwyn. We were just talking about a couple of big things that I think are pretty significant, and I think probably one of the most important things to talk about that's happening with the Dub C and really with Wizards of the Coast is, guys, we're 4 weeks away from a projected new set hitting. The next new set is coming out. I want that to
That's
sink
insane.
in. Yeah, yeah, that's gonna be insane. So Avatar: The Last Airbender is hitting Paper Magic, and I can pretty much guarantee we're not going to see that in Puzzle Quest. I love Atla. In fact, in my private server for my team for retirement, we were having this big long conversation with some people who've not seen Avatar: The Last Airbender, and us 40, 50-year-old men are just right making that face, talking about like how can you? This is the greatest animated series of all time. And there is no argument about. I don't care if you're a Dragon Ball Z fan. I don't care what anime you subscribe to.
Oh, does not hold a candle to
Atla
Avatar.
is the
I'm
absolute
sorry.
best animated series of all time. It is the best. And grown people not seeing it. Now, I'll give a slight aside. The first few episodes are tough to get through. I get it. They were just learning, they were just getting started. But by about episode 6 and forward, absolutely peak. And season 2, one of the best animated series of all time with a couple of my favorite characters of all time in any show
Oh yeah.
ever, anywhere.
That's
Amazing.
when Toph gets introduced,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's the best.
She is absolutely the best. They fell into their comedy. They parodied themselves. They just did so many great things in that show. Classic, all time favorite series of all time. Not even close. What's up, Krulax? Good to have you here, brother.
Speaking of
And the
running
Hunter.
jokes, Chan and Ranjan are a constant reference between my girlfriend and I. I
That's
don't know if you
funny.
remember that
Yeah,
episode.
yeah. That's awesome. What's the joke that they do though? I don't remember the joke.
So I think it's Azula that's like, "Do you know who I am?" And they're like, "Do you know who we are? We're Chan and Ranjan."
That's so good. That is peak. I think one of my favorite lines from that is Melon Lord, of course, but that's season 3. And then
Mhm.
season 2. I mean, season 3. I always make the joke. Everybody gangster until Iroh starts singing "Leaves from the Vine," right? And it's just
Yes.
immediately you're just like, oh my god, that's one of the most peak moments in anime ever, just because of the significance once you actually watch it. I won't spoil it. If
Oh
you're one
yeah.
of the 5 people under a rock that hasn't seen that, you got to go watch it, man. It's phenomenal. Anyways, so bringing this full circle to Puzzle Quest. See, I'm a geek for that. I was very excited when they announced they were going to do that. I'm going to go buy a box paper wise. I would have loved to play that in Puzzle Quest, but that just further shows me, or the attestment is, I'm just assuming. I don't have any inside knowledge, guys. I'm just assuming Puzzle Quest has no license rights for anything outside of main core Magic product. So if it's not a Magic IP, if it's not an MTG IP, then that is just what it's going to be. That's just what you get, and you don't throw a fit. So expect more alternate sets. I was even thinking we would
Mhm.
get the Arachnid, like knockoff versions of cards that is hitting Arena,
Yeah.
and we didn't even get those.
Yeah.
So that just means, again, I don't know if that's a fumbled handoff between Wizards and Webcore, or it's just
I don't
no,
know.
no soup for you kind of thing, right? It's sad. I would buy that box, and I have never played Paper Magic. Right, right, Nuck. That's what I'm
We
saying.
were just talking about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, same here.
So, with that said, we do have to bring things full circle to where Lorwyn is, or where MTGPQ is right now with the Lorwyn set. And I will say, when we started spoiling cards, I was really excited over some of the new mechanics, some of the new. I love leaders. I do love leaders, so I'm excited for the leaders. I literally just pulled the leaders today. I just started opening my non-dupe packs today, so I've got 3 of the new leaders.
Okay.
I will say this as my comment, and then I'm gonna hand it to you, Maine, because this is a co-deal, and I do like you to talk, not just me run my freaking mouth. Um, the way shapeshifter and changelings work for token consumption as leaders is very disappointing. I was
Oh
hoping
yeah.
the way it would work would be that because they're a shapeshifter or they're a changeling or whatever, they're all creature types, then they would work for all, they would consume all token types.
That's what I thought too.
That would have been great. That would have been so much fun. I don't think that's broken. I think that's accessible, right? That makes you want to go chase it. That's
Right.
not how, spoiler alert, guys, that's not how it works. I was very disappointed. The Hunter is here. If you guys don't follow the Hunter, you should. He actually did a full spotlight because I couldn't figure out how to get them to work, and he did. He did a video on it, and it kicks ass. So go check out the
Mm,
Hunter's video, and if you're not already subbed to him, that guy's more
I still have
prolific
to
in
do that.
content creation than all the other ones combined. FYI, Webcore. So if you're
Yeah,
watching, you
probably.
really should get the Hunter into the crew that's doing this stuff. He's so content heavy. But yeah,
Mm.
that video was very well done, very great explanation, my man, and I appreciate it because I was literally gonna go through and try to figure out how to get it done. Then you did it, and then I played with it, and it just wasn't fun for me. It was just too much faffing, as some other content creators would say. But I'm gonna hand it over to you, Maynard. What do you got? What do you think so far about the leader situation?
Yeah, I pretty much have to echo all those same points because if you don't have OMO, which is like a PM2 masterpiece,
Mm-hmm.
it's really hard to make those changeling tokens into uh like have them do anything besides that. Because yeah, it pretty much just like the leader changelings only work on the changeling tokens as they are.
Right.
You have to make your other tokens into changelings before they actually become absorbed by the changeling hero. So it's way too big of an extra step to be um, useful in most situations. You're just better off using some other leader and using those tokens instead rather than using some extra cards, and they're not really good extra cards. So you're using up a bunch of space in your deck for a very specific thing that will only work in in really specific situations. Like you have to have the right board state for it to work. And then say you do all that, and then your changeling tokens get destroyed or whatever happens. They get removed.
There's
And you got to
there's
start the
removal in
process
this
all over
game.
again. Yeah. Exactly. So yeah, the leader shapeshifters didn't really do much for me. I did, however, like Nova Chaser. That's one of my favorite new leader cards. That's a fun
I
one.
do like that one a lot. Now, again, the ones that are straight up elemental or elf or whatever, great. I haven't played with the elf one yet. I haven't fiddled with
Mm.
the elf. I haven't done. I mean, you can see here. I just got. You can see which one's new. Changeling Titan. I didn't get. I haven't played with yet. But what's interesting to note there
Mm.
is it's shapeshifter, elemental elf, kingkin, and tree folk. So it does do
Yeah.
all of those different token types. Great. If it that's great. So that one I haven't played with yet. It's brand new. I just opened it right now today.
Oh, nice.
The other one that's a good one is the leader goblin. This one's bugged in a good way for us.
That's a fun one.
It's a fun one. I
Hmm.
do like this one. And that's it. I haven't really played with any other ones. I haven't even played with the elf one yet because we'll talk about that here in a minute. We'll talk about that here in a minute. So, Changeling
Mm.
Berserker.
Okay.
This one has Shapeshifter Elemental. So again, Shapeshifter's
Mm.
worthless elemental. So there's 2 elemental leaders. What I haven't tried yet is if you got 2 leaders on the board and you bring out an elemental token, do they both get fed or only one?
Good question. I don't have the changeling berserker yet, so
Okay.
that was something I did want to try.
So maybe we can test that here in just a bit. Um, but yeah, the Nova Chaser is boss because of that 10 power. Now, the
Hmm.
downside to it is what? What's the glaring downside to this creature?
No haste.
No haste. That is one, but that's less important to me. I can fix that with the support that does the gives all the things flying haste and vigilance. It's
Oh, sure. Yeah.
it's the berserk with a 2 toughness, and I don't beef him
Yeah.
up. That 2 is really quick. He does have trample, so he'll roll past, but man, you gotta literally have the tokens pretty much on board before you bring him out, and you gotta have a
Oh,
significant
yeah,
amount
for
of them,
sure.
because if not, then or if you don't get bulletproof or something like that, then that becomes difficult. But there's another thing that I did with him that was kind of goofy, but I'll tell you, I think the card of the set so far for me. But out of the leaders,
Nova Chaser?
not Nova Chaser, another one, but in pairing them together is really really good. Um,
Oh,
any of
okay.
these other leaders here that you've had a chance to play with?
I played around a little bit with the fairy one,
Hmm.
Mistbind Click. That's a
Okay.
pretty good one. Especially, yeah, you got to pair it with like Una or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's a pretty strong. Like you don't realize like a pretty big blocker is gonna actually help you out a lot.
A ton. A ton.
There are times where it doesn't help you out a lot and it dies too quickly, but
Right?
for the
Same
most part, I
thing.
think it's a net positive, though.
Yeah.
At least in the few times I have used it.
Okay. So I'm going to show you my card of the set so far. It is. Oh, how about you keep it in the set, buddy? Keep it in the set. All right. There's actually two, but I think this one's my favorite so far. Um, Timber Protector. This is the card
Okay.
that you can get from the exclusives from BFTA. So if you have stored them up, you should get it, right?
Hmm.
14 mana to cast. Reach 4/6 Treefolk Warrior. When this creature is on the battlefield, your Treefolk creatures get +4/+4 and gain prevent damage. That's not till end of turn. That is a permanent prevent damage. Oh no, I'm sorry. While this
Oh,
creature's
wow.
on the battlefield, your Treefolk creatures get +4/+4 and gain prevent damage. No,
Oh,
that's a
right.
permanent from what I understand. I have to go back and reevaluate it, but I was gonna go build wrapped around this. But if you pair this, okay, this is a Treefolk Warrior, right, with Vigor is stupid good. Vigor
That's still one I'm chasing.
is stupid good. Like what? It's an exclusive, which sorry boys and girls, but 25 mana to cast, 6/6 Defender Trample. When this creature is on the battlefield, your creatures get Defender,
That's
gain
exclusive.
prevent and gain prevent damage. While this creature is on the battlefield, da da da, they get that. At the beginning of your turn, creatures you control gain Defender. When a creature you control blocks, that creature gets +6/+6. When this creature dies, shuffle this back into your library. So between this and the Reach creature, or you use the what is the support that does the haste? Sorry, let me go figure it out real quick. No, not the. Oh, just standard. It's not a rare. What is it? Am I in the wrong color scheme? No. Oh, it's.
Wait, what are you looking for?
Which card? Oh, I know why. Hold up. Sorry, my bad. Akrama's a memorial. Akrama's memorial.
Oh, okay.
This pairs with all of them because it gives them flying, vigilance, trample, haste. Right. There's 4 things. But in addition to that,
Yeah.
you're also getting the prevent damage from the creatures themselves. So that takes your ground troops and makes them flyers. Just amazing, amazing. I love that card and paired with these two cards here. Sorry, gotta go pull it back up now. Vigor for sure. Oop,
Yeah, that sounds strong.
yeah, there it is. Vigor, and then but to me, I honestly think that the card of the set so far for me is the Siege Tower. Doran Siege Tower. Three
Oh,
colors.
interesting.
Oh,
Really?
I'm sorry, not this one. My bad, not this one. I meant the Timber Protector. But Timber
Hmm.
Protector with Doran the Siege Tower does do duty too, right? It actually does work. They both get bigger.
Sort of. Pair them together, but the problem is when Doran has prevent damage, it doesn't grow. Because it like when it doesn't grow in attack, because it only gets buffed when it's dealt damage. So if it has prevent
Oh,
damage, it doesn't take it, so it never grows. So it just sits there. It soaks up a lot of damage as long as they
yeah,
don't get rid of
yeah,
it.
that's
But
true. I'm thinking of, see, I'm getting it mixed up because I've paired. I'm starting to really not like that mechanic. That new manufacturing with vigor, all it has to do is block, and it gets a 6/6,
Right.
right? So between those two, that would be interesting. Well, it would have prevent damage, so it's not collecting the damage between that one, the tower guy. Anyways, there's something there. I got to go fiddle around with it. I think for me, that has the most interesting gameplay for fun functionality, as long as your board doesn't get
Mm-hmm.
wiped. It's creature dependent, as long as your board doesn't get wiped. It's fun. I would not
Right.
rely on it in events, right? Thoughts? What do you think?
Yeah, I've been playing recently a little bit with like just aggro green strategies, and that
Hmm.
seems like that's something fun to play around with there. I don't have vigor yet. Did you buy them? By the way, is that how you got them?
No, no, this was the one I
Uh,
spoiled, so they gave it to me.
oh, okay, that's right, right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Um,
That's why I was kind of glad.
so
Thanks, Webcore. And it's a great
right.
card too. A lot of times we get cards that we're spoiling that are just meh. They're okay. I wouldn't use them. But the more I play with Vigor, the
Mhm.
more I like him.
Right.
He's a great card. He's a great creature. So when you guys can get him,
Yeah.
how you can get him somehow, whether that's later for gold or whatever, or for crafting orbs, or if it's available for
Gotcha.
cash and you guys can pick him up. He's solid. He won't make or break your deck. I think that a close second to him would be this guy right here. No, not that. Timber Protector, and he's available to everybody inside of BFTA. So
Hmm.
again, guys, if you're playing BFTA and you don't already have all the cards from BFTA, I got to talk about BFTA at some point here because I'm all about that right now. Like that's my free to play strategy now. Like I dump everything into that. But you should have extra cards so that when the sets become available and they do BFTA, but they did BFTA for this set already, didn't they? Yeah, they did. That's how
Yeah.
they added him. So you guys should have picked him up from then. He's a great card.
Hmm.
Great card. Thoughts?
It seems like they wised up to the fact that you can just pull new BFTA cards at the beginning of a set, so they wait to put them in now.
They knew from I don't know. I don't know that I'm sold on that. It was strategic or more of just spaced. And they were like, well, okay, that's fine. We don't have to do that right now. I'm it's hard pressed for me to believe that anything's engineered correctly. So while we're on that topic,
Fair,
that's a perfect
fair point.
segue. That's a perfect segue to talk about what we got to talk about, which is Webcore. If you guys are watching, we're gonna have a candid conversation right now. I'm relaxing in my chair. This is almost like a therapy session. Sorry, guys. The other day I went to go play an event and it was bugged so badly that da 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 da. But let's talk about the main one, which is Lorwyn 5, right? The Lorwyn
Mm,
5 event was so disgustingly bad, like
yeah.
monumentally. And I even said it. It was the worst event I've ever played in PQ. Um, I'm hard pressed to think of anything worse than that. The first version of it.
Yeah, as far as like just like a player experience, like with no context around it, it's I can't think of one that I've disliked more.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, even some of those old, really hard events still were a little bit more fun than. Well, the problem is, so I talked about this before, or maybe like in a private chat or something. The problem with the event for me is that it's not that it's difficult that I have an issue with it, but they're taking away so many parts of the game that I enjoy, which is like deck building and
Mm-hmm.
actually, figuring out problems through the choices I make, the cards I choose,
Right.
and there's none of that in this event because they're all pre-made decks, which would be okay, but the pre-made decks are awful, and
Right.
the objectives just seem so thrown together. They don't they don't seem like they were really well thought out. It's like they just happened to somewhat work for the event, but I can't. You can't convince me that they spent a long time thinking about the experience for this event. It's just like, okay, let's throw together everybody's like beginner deck or whatever, and make throw some objectives, throw some darts at the wall for objectives, and see what we come up with.
It's
And that's
exactly
just
what it felt
really what
like.
it feels like
Yeah.
for me.
It was
And it's
very
kind of a
slapped together.
trend.
Yeah. I
It's
again, if
it's
if
it's a
yeah,
trend of just feeling slapped together events for me personally.
I what is it? What is the purpose of playing this game? It's
Right.
events. right? Like you're playing in events. You can play the story mode, you can do all that other stuff, which was fine. And that new story thing now, the updated story mode, I think is great. I like that a lot. The rewards are fantastic. Really well. Again, another reason why free to play players have it really good in the game. Okay. So all you free to play players that have grumbled or that are negative, you should not be complaining. You got more rewards right now than the game has ever had, in my opinion. I think it is the most generous reward wise than it has ever been. The challenge
I
is
would agree.
it's a friggin' grind to go get those rewards now because what do you what like in my free to play account, what I'm playing right now is I'm playing both um, quick battles to get 10 gold each. That's 20 gold. I play the planar chaos, so I've got another 20 gold, so that's 40 gold a day. I'm getting. I'm getting a rare pack and a newest set pack. Right? It's five
Hmm.
events that you only get two charges to play, so I can't I got to just go win them. I can't go mess around with playing a suboptimal deck that doesn't just win, right? Um,
Hmm.
I don't I don't brew in quick battles because there's not enough XP in there to go do that. I can't go like grind XP in there, so I just go try to win those as quickly as possible. And then they have the daily event stuff that I mean, we can go through here. So following the clues, they've done such a good job of putting out a consistent basis of like Fibble Fip on Wednesdays. Every Wednesday you got, you got
Hmm.
Trials of the Plains. I don't play it anymore because of the negative pink exchange. I just save the gold and go play Battle from the Ages, guys. If you don't know what BFTA is what I'm talking about. But I'll go play these three daily, Planar Chaos and the
Hmm.
two quick battles. I'll go grind for gold out of like the following the clues kind of thing or whatever it is. Lore 5, I'm gonna go finish that one just to go get the gold. And this is my main account. Um,
Hmm.
so you have a couple of events a day that are giving out some pretty hefty rewards that way, right? And that's very generous. Plus, I don't play my story mode anymore until I got a quest that says story mode, and then I go play that story mode, right? Learn that mistake the hard
Yeah.
way. Um, and that's basically it. But it's basically a grind just to go get those resources. And in my free to play account, I was only missing like 4 cards from the set, masterpieces, obviously, and mythics. But when I mean 4 cards, I mean commons, uncommons, and rares. When EOE rotated in for craftable, I was only missing like 4 or 5 cards from common, uncommon, and rare. Missing a majority of the
Nice.
mythics and masterpieces, but that's why I get my non-dupe packs every 10th level, right? And I just open those up and I score those from my for my free to play account. So I've sniped just about every Chase Mythic I'm after. The only one I'm missing is Railway Brawler, but I don't have to have it. I would like to have it. I finally did chase down
Hmm.
Aegis. I was able to get Mystical Teachings. I chased that and targeted it and got it in my free to play account. There's a few other cards that I want to go get from Elite Packs, but BFTA gives me all the pinks I need to go tackle those, and that's a once a month venture. And that's basically
Hmm.
what the state of the game is for me in my free to play account. In
Right.
my main account, I have all the cards, so there's really no outside of scoring maybe gold and pink. There's really not much else to go after. And with this set too, we didn't get any vanguards, so there was no need for me to go
Right.
craft pinks and go stack them up and go grind
Right.
BFTA for that. So I was like, all right, what am I really doing in my main account except just grinding for resources? Thoughts? Tell me, what
Yeah,
am I
it's kind
doing
of nice.
wrong, Maynard?
No, that is a good point. I think people maybe do lose sight of it because of how they slowly amped up the rewards. Um, like Kilroy said, we get a lot more experience points just for playing the game,
Yeah,
or just for
that's great.
doing a lot of things within the game. I do wish we did have like a daily XP grind type of event, like
Yeah.
revolving planeswalk. That was fun.
Hmm.
I mean, I know a lot of people had issues with revolving planeswalk but
I
the
liked it.
the function of it, like for grinders and people who are collecting resources and experience, it was a perfectly fine event for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
You could experiment more. That's what's really missing from planar chaos. And
Yeah.
like you said, like you just it's basically a trial of the planes with two with only two chances to lose, or
Yeah.
no, one chance to lose really. So um so
Yeah.
that's a whole different experience, so it's not really the same thing. Um but yeah, like it is actually kind of a nice thing, a nice break in spending crystals not to have to worry about vanguards.
Hmm.
So
And the
yeah,
Vanguards
I
have
mean,
been crap too. I mean, let's be honest. There's nothing outside of like uh, Liliana Vess. Her Vanguard is really good. Her rare
yeah,
one with the convert 3 black, excellent Vanguard, worth
that's
chasing.
true.
Worth chasing for
I do
sure.
use that one a
Other
lot.
than that, there's not much else in there. Nico Bolas's Planeswalker Vanguard is about the only other one in the game right now that I see good play where it destroys supports.
Oh, the the support destroy one.
Yeah, destroy support and
The
then
latest one, the deceiver, is pretty decent.
it's okay. It's good. Yeah, those three I could see people chasing, but other than that, there haven't been a lot of really great Vanguards, frankly, is my
Yeah,
opinion. And so,
there's definitely no must-haves,
yeah,
and
I
maybe
think
that's on purpose.
I think Liliana Vest is one of those ones where I think it's I would really encourage people to, if you got the extra pinks, but if you're a free to play player or a newer player, you shouldn't be wasting resources on that. You should be saving those pinks for elite pools and or elite packs and 120 pink pools in the beginning and
Oh yeah,
that kind of
absolutely.
stuff. And masterpieces. And that's pretty much how I get my masterpieces in my free to play account. And the reason I bring that up is what brings you joy in playing the game. It's the events, having challenges, enjoying that. Playing, I like playing in coalition events just because of the camaraderie. I don't like it because like we
Hmm.
got to score perfect, which our team doesn't do, right? I don't think many teams do. Oh, and by the way, somebody here just joined our coalition. Thank you. Woohoo! MainLoop just came back to retirement one. Well, thank you. Welcome. Oh, oh, oh. It's good to have you back, brother. It is. I love playing. I love
Good to
holding a
be back.
shield next to your side, baby. It sounded weird, but it's true. Um, but it's one of those things where I enjoy that and we have fun and it's goofy. But other than that, it's like the events themselves have to be fun, and I really want to see them make a bigger
Right.
effort to making those events fun. What would make events fun for you? What do you feel is missing from events that you think would turn that around?
There needs to be something interesting and memorable about them. Like, I feel like the daily events have more creativity in them than the coalition events.
Yeah.
And, I'm not totally sure what is preventing them from doing that other than just not caring enough. But like, they've tried things before, and it's like I think it was Opera Stomper or somebody who was talking about this on Discord as well, where um, we were talking about events like Seasons of Bloomborough, The Greatest Heist. Um, the first iteration of those had some flaws, but at least they were doing something interesting, especially with The Greatest Heist. Um, where it's like, oh, you have to blow up that support, whatever, to make sure that you can damage your opponent or whatever.
Right.
And the the concept of that is interesting. The execution is flawed,
Yeah.
but I'd rather see them try stuff like that than give us the eighth iteration of support that like buffs a creature +1 if you like match such and such gems or whatever. It's like nothing is it's just a bland event like
Yeah.
that might as well not even exist if you're using that for any sort of clue as to what you should be trying to build, because people don't care. They ignore those um event permanent supports. They just play the same meta decks that would help them win. So
Right.
um there events like Doomscar claimants back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Those were very impactful event supports, and that was an Octagon thing. So I mean, as much as I prefer Webcore over Octagon, especially in the later times, they could definitely learn a thing or two from the event design
Yeah.
from the previous ownership.
I was gonna say call time. Okay. How call time had events or supports on the board that would
Hmm.
impact the mechanics from that set, right?
Right.
So the one where you exile it from
Yeah.
hand and it puts it
Doomscar
on the
claimants.
board,
Yeah.
right? Doomscar Claimant. Is that what the one you were talking about too? I can never get
Yeah.
them straight. So
Hmm.
it interacts with those mechanics, but it actually made those mechanics
Right.
playable, right?
Exactly.
So if you're gonna go do an event that's gonna have that for us, then go make Descend an actual like double the Descend
Yeah.
counters, right? Something like that that would actually like,
Exactly.
okay, I will never friggin' play descend cards for the descend function.
Yeah.
But if you make an event that has it, that buffs it, that actually makes it good, cool, I'll
Hmm.
play it there, right?
Right.
And I
Same with
know,
station. Yeah.
right? Same with station or lander, brr, right? Like, and maybe that's my real gripe with all of this is that not one of the mechanics they've come out with since their first go round. Maybe OTJ was the last set of really just like bonkers cards we got, and everybody's been crying out that oh
Right.
the power creep and the power. Yeah, no, I hear you, I understand, but that doesn't mean you shut it off completely, right?
Right.
Like there's still got to be some fun in there, and it doesn't have to be OP. It just has to be fun. Case in point, like the leader cards with the changeling ones, make that a masterpiece. Make it worth chasing so that it's bonkers. It's tied to creatures. I can still wipe the board. It's not bulletproof, right?
Right.
Um, uh, some of you guys chime in here with your favorite events. What other events did you like, or would you like to see suggestions? I'll read them off here. We got some. I liked events that force you to change it up. Silver Duel, Commoner's Cup, Monoburn, and
Right.
credit where credit's due. Those are theirs. They did design those, so we can't throw them under the bus and say they designed crappy or shitty events, and then say, oh, we also like these ones because those are really good. I like those a lot. They are leaning very heavily into the what plane is it? The what is it? The world. It's all the cities. Not
Oh, Ravnica.
Ravnica, right? They leaned into Ravnica for like 4 sets in a row, like Ravnica block, or they got 3 events that are all Ravnica block only. I like block events,
Hmm.
but it's like, all right, can we get out of Ravnica? Because I have other planes I'd like to master cards in, instead of just master. I've mastered all
Exactly.
those. Those are all mastered. Can we do some other ones? Um, I like events where they force you to change it up. Silver Duel, Commoner's Cup, Mana Burn. I would love to see Plague of the Land. I would love to see events that use set specific mechanics or at a minimum objectives that are geared towards the set it's from. Exactly, just like I'm talking about right now.
Right. That's what we're talking about. Yeah.
Quiriak hated the werewolf event with day and night cycles. All they had, guys, all they had to do to fix wolf or day and night cycles was the word may. Just give us a choice. You may. It would be annoying to have to push no, but I would have taken that over forced flips, and that would have made Arlen 2 an actual good walker.
Hmm.
That would have made her an
Hmm.
actual fun walker to play with, but they omitted that word, and that word really sucks. The Hunter says, I really like
Uh,
soft
I
1
did
and
want to say
2.
something about that. The
Oh,
werewolf
go.
event, the day and night cycles thing wasn't the issue. The issue were the objectives. The objectives were annoying, and you had to play really slow for certain ones because you had to flip day and night so much. And when that event was in standard, there was a lot of OP stuff that could take you out too quickly.
Yeah. Well,
So
there
I think
always is.
that's really where the frustration was. It wasn't so much the event design itself;
Yeah.
it was the objectives to me.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that if they just need minor tweaks, if they just reduced the
Right.
5 to a 3, it's livable, right? I think that we can
Right.
do.
Exactly.
Um, it doesn't. That's the biggest frustration I think I have with a lot of this stuff is it doesn't take much to make them good. They just aren't tweaked.
Right.
However, I will say this about the Lore One event. I don't think that event was meant to come out that way. I think they were meant to bring them out at level 60 and someone didn't do it. I think that was more the
Hmm.
issue because some of the objectives were designed that like Liliana's objective, get cards into your own graveyard. Well, if you just spam your first ability, you're going to get there, right?
Hmm.
Because it gives you a choice of a card, puts one on your deck, puts one in your yard. It's a dumb ability.
Right.
But that would have been good enough. You could have just spammed that and you would have been fine. That's not what happened.
Sure.
So I think that was a mistake. But that said, to finish the point, they heard and they made a fairly quick adjustment to the event, and it's still challenging, and it gives you a chance to kind of spotlight it, but it does still keep from you the deck building capacity, which is one of the things where I like to brew. And if you really want me to build a deck, if you want me to get really enticed with your walkers as a free trial, which is great, I love that. Very good, very we like that, right? Then let me play with it at full capacity. Let me go build and brew with it. So I say, holy crap, this is dope. I love this combo. I love playing with this walker in this way. Great. Let me go buy it now, right? And so
Hmm.
and we're gonna get into those 5 right now. I think next is our segue, but let's finish up events and we'll talk about those here in a second.
Hmm.
I really like soft 2 because I can add a load of fun, and be creative with playing wild triggers and decks. Yep, Ravnica. I like the
100% agree.
yeah. That's it, and there's big enough bodies on the other side that it that's the
Right.
challenge is that you can go quick. You can use like STA. You can use your OP stuff, or you can go get creative in a couple of different ways to go beat it, and it's not so daunting. It's just fun. It's I think it's a fun. I think it's a fun approach.
Yeah, the reason I like PV events, especially those, is because they give you a chance to just keep reiterating on the same challenge. And my fun that I get out of it is like, what's the most efficient way to hit objectives and do it like as fast as I can in like those events like that. And
Yeah.
so that to me, that's a deck building challenge that is fun for me.
Right.
Uh,
I enjoy that.
Lorwyn 5 is the exact opposite.
Yeah. 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 The D&D event was good. Says not NUC Nuck, not uncommon. Or give you points and build the deck like mines in Dub 40K. So Roar 70, I think that requires a system tweak. You got to adjust the system. Give me a second. You got to adjust the system in a way that I don't know coding wise if that's something they can do. I don't know. I'm not in the development side. I just know that anytime you start talking about the dev side of like, oh, you could just program it to do, and the programmers chime in and says it's not that hard. You could just do blah blah blah. I check out of those conversations because I have no clue. I do know that what we're working on is a platform that is so damn old that it's really not very realistic, in my opinion, to say, oh, we can just change this archaic system. And evidence to me of that is we fixed it, we released a new set, and that shit got broken again. So if it were that easy, that stuff would stay fixed. So I don't buy
Mhm.
that for a second. I think that they're really duct tape and tin foiling shit together. Excuse my language, guys. Hopefully there's no kids around, but we're going there. Um, that is more difficult than we perceive. Because why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they just do it? You know what I mean? That's my opinion on that.
Yeah. Speaking of duct taping things together, I don't know if you saw that. Somebody posted that screenshot of that card that has like a planeswalker ability text
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
in the card.
That's
It's
the
just like, what are you
placeholder.
guys doing? Like, there's no way that's best practice. Like, I don't
There's a
know a
the,
thing about coding that looks like crappy coding to me. I
I
don't
don't
know.
I don't think that's a code. I think that's a glitch in that again, you tweak something far left and that impacts
Right.
15 other things that were built on that, but that shouldn't be
Yeah.
connected, right? My dad was a
Right.
mainframe computer programmer, and he would tell me when
Oh,
he would
okay.
get consulting gigs, he'd go in there and have to go work like $100 an hour or whatever. He'd go in there and work, and this was in the 90s, and he'd go in there and work on stuff, and he says, "Oh my God, their code is so garbage. They built it this way and this way," and he'd tell me about how just slapped together stuff was, and then him and his
Sure.
crew would come in and they would just elegantly redesign. It was like running a comb
Right.
through tangled hair and getting it all
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
even out. So you
Totally.
just run the comb through. So if you start up here, it's going to come out the same area on the way back down without any snags. It
Uh-huh.
isn't just functional; it actually works. And a lot of times they would just have to rewrite the code from scratch in many instances. And I feel that they're doing the best. Well, I don't know if they are doing their best. I know that they are doing what they can with the time and the resources they have to go do that. Now, part of me, a small piece, this little wee innocent child that sits in a closet, in a fetal position playing Puzzle Quest back and forth in the dark, right? Hopes and prays and dreams that someday soon, we'll actually have a full user interface. But I will tell you that when I see improvements to this user interface, a little bit of that kid dies. It's terrible. But a little bit of that kid's hope gets chipped away. Because if they're putting that much
Hmm.
effort and energy into making this thing better, that means they're wasting time on stuff now that should be 10 times better in a new UI, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
I don't
I
see
think so.
I wouldn't want them wasting resources on this versus building out the newer one and getting it out sooner. Or maybe they have a full other deploy team that's building that out, and they only have like 2 or 3 people here that are working on this one while that's building out. I don't know. I don't know what the story is, guys. We don't have. They
Who
don't tell us
knows?
anything,
Yeah.
right? Um, Graded to the
That's
hunter.
wishful
PVE
thinking.
is the most fun. It's never too strong, so you can go back to basics. Yeah. Make Ocelot usable only in pre-events. Laugh out loud. Yeah, Ocelot needs a whole just nerf. I don't know
How
why
about
they
they
have.
just like put a cap on Ocelot?
That's all they
Like,
have to
why
do.
are we messing around?
I don't know why they're so resistant to it. I just don't get it. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Right.
It does nothing to inspire the game or make things better. It just makes it worse, right? It just it
Right.
just makes the game
No,
functionally
I
worse.
agree.
The only time I've lost in events is to Ocelot. No, that's not true. I've lost to some that have had just OP quick decks and then the board hated me. Okay, fine. That happens from time to time. Ocelot, there's no reason for it, man. They only cast 2 less creature objectives are painful. I don't mind those. I actually like that objective. Um,
No, I don't. Yeah, go just go
summon.
creatureless.
Yeah, summon.
I
Go
mean, once you
creatureless or
get
summon.
raw, dude, you'll be fine.
Rawl or Grist. What are we talking about? Go summon from the yard. What are you talking
Oh
about?
yeah, that's
Yeah.
true too. Yeah.
How does Greg choose day or night? I don't know. They only cast 2 or less creature objectives. No Aegis, Ocelot, Rakdos, or Ambiguity in PvE. Laugh out loud. Ambiguity, I can see if you get behind on Ambiguity and you're playing a slower deck, you're kind of hosed because it takes cards out of hand. Ambiguity is just brutal. Aegis is a pain just because I don't build against it. I have decks that win like
Right.
quickly. But if I'm facing
Yeah.
white or
Same.
blue, I'm throwing in some support removal. You just have to. You just have to.
Right.
Right?
Most of the time, I can kind of overrun in Aegis. I guess
Yeah.
just maybe because the way I build,
Yeah.
but
Even with
it
STA.
used to be a lot
Yeah.
more annoying for me. Really, Ocelot is the only one that I'm like, oh, I'm screwed because you don't get an extra turn to counter it.
If it's
I
early,
mean,
you do.
usually you don't.
Yeah, the
Right.
timer will
True.
hit and it'll stop. And then when it does, you're stuck. Like you better have removal in hand ready to go. But again, the
Right.
guys that are running that and then they're running like ambiguity on top of that, there's a special play in hell. A special place in hell for you. And you need to go there now. What was the most recent event that casted gods with every ability used? I loved it.
Oh, Scotty Bloodlines. That one's
Scody.
decent.
Yeah,
I know it's difficult for a lot of people to go perfect in it, but my membership channel, I just put out a video for that.
go pay this man.
uh,
Pay that man his monies. So the hate against Valgavoth stemmed from STA meta? No, no. Let's talk
I
about
don't
that
think
real
so.
quick. I think the hate on Valgi is just as passive. Honestly, it's just as passive.
But I know what he's saying. He's saying like, did they create that passive as an answer to STA decks? Personally, I don't think so.
I
I
don't
don't
think
think
so.
STA decks have taken over the meta that much.
I've only faced
Uh,
a couple of them.
right. I've only ever really lost to an STA RTP build like a couple times. It
Yeah,
hasn't
same.
been like that big of a deal for me.
Yeah,
But I don't know. That could change in time. But
I have a
I
bunch
don't
of
know.
videos.
Are
I'm gonna
people just
show
not playing it that
all
much?
the different ways to play STA. The slow ways, the main ways, the fast ways. If you have mystical teachings, you need 3 cards: mystical teachings, raise the past, and STA. And you basically can win in turn 1, turn 2 at the latest if you have the right cards on back end stuff.
Yeah.
So
I think I think that combo is pretty much a net positive for the player base because it's not something that Greg gets out all that often,
yeah,
and they're not usually that good at it.
yeah,
And it's pretty much a cheat code for people getting through planar chaos. So I appreciate it
yeah, same.
in that regard.
Makes it much faster to go through and get that stuff out of the way.
Exactly.
Spaghetti code is the terminology. Absolutely. What's up, peeps? What's up, Acid? How are you, man? Rhapsody says the people that complain about caps on cards. Listen, yeah, I don't like caps on cards typically. I like having fun stuff. I don't listen. Here's the truth. I love loops. I think we all, even my co-host is named Loop, right? I love loops. Okay, I loop. I love loop. The challenge with that though is I also understand there's a balance in the game that has to be had. So if I ever
Right.
have a loop that's just broken, where especially if it's creature focused, where Greg is going to prioritize that and make it happen, if it's too easy for Greg to do, I'm the first in line to say, go, you got to go nerf this loop. Because if I go into an event, or new players especially, or even seasoned grizzled vets who are already near the tipping point, face an event and they're frustrated and they get beat by a loop that just they don't have any chance against, like turn 2 win, right? That's too powerful.
Yeah.
But if you give choices to Greg, Greg's gonna inevitably make the wrong choice, typically, right? Um, so I'm all for like keep boss a lot as is, but just give it a limit of 4 per turn or whatever. It's just too powerful as it is.
Whatever.
It's too easy for it
Could
to get
even be
out and
more than
beat you.
that. It's a mythic, a PM2 mythic, so it can be a little bit stronger than that, but it definitely needs a cap. It shouldn't go
Yeah,
on forever.
yeah,
2 card infinite loops, I've never been a proponent of that. I
yeah.
mean, whoever said that, it's like you're kind of deliberately uh
They're
changing the
antagonizing us.
argument
They're
there.
antagonizing. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
straw manning. You're straw manning.
Yeah,
I've
that's what
heard,
it
I've been
is.
hearing
Yeah.
that a lot. But we appreciate your input. You would have to play a grievous wound support against Ocelot. Yeah, that's part of what I was talking about beforehand. People should have picked that up when it was available for Fibblethip. That's another thing that you notice.
Right.
They're not normally they say here's all the cards from this week that are done, and then next week you get the same access to those cards. They didn't do that this week. They didn't do any of those. You had that one chance to get those cards, and now they've moved it to our once a week. I think they want to cycle through more of the cards available through Fibblethip, art wise, so they're not
Right.
duplicating them anymore. So
Oh, interesting. I
important,
didn't even
guys.
notice that.
Yeah, important to note, guys. None of the cards from last week are available this week. So if that's the norm
Oh,
going
wow.
forward, I actually like that because there's 3 or 4 actual, or actually there's like 20 other full art cards I'm looking to chase that never come up
Right.
because there's too many of them and they keep adding more and they never get into the cycle. So I'm
Right.
glad they're doing that. That'll be good. Uh,
Maybe they just need to add more ways to acquire full art cards instead of like 5 times once a week.
yeah,
They could be do something. I don't
they
know
could
what,
they could
but
do another event. I think that would be great.
right.
Yeah, just do another.
Yeah,
Not
just
I
anything.
don't mean duplicate. I mean create a
Maybe even
new
like
event.
story mode unlocks like full art cards or
Yeah,
something. I don't know.
there's
I'm just
something they could
thinking
do.
out loud.
There's a lot of well, especially if they're going to be adding foils, right?
Right.
Like where does that fit? Everybody's nervous. Please don't put them in regular packs. That would make that would wreck the card acquisition for free to play. Everything I said about free to play being great, that would ruin it. You
I guess it would depend on how many foils they put in there.
well if
If it's
they
only like one or two a set, I don't
whatever
think it's
yeah
gonna make
whatever.
a
But if
huge
they do
difference.
like full cards, everything foil, right? I
Oh no,
I
I don't see them doing that
I know myself. I would want all foil cards. I would want to go get all the
for sure.
foils just
They
because it's
are
like
cool.
they're
I
fancy,
like playing with my
right?
little hollow Galta,
That's
doing little
great.
rainbows across the card when I play
I
it.
hope you guys got him, man. I hope you guys got him. Grist makes the game worse by existing. So does Crawl and the Skunk. You know, that's just you, Enderan. I love Grist. I love everything about Grist. I don't like facing Grist support removal. That's the one thing where it's like it's too easy. It feels a little too easy for her to just remove my supports from the board. Other than that,
True.
she's pretty easy to beat. And if you hate Grist, Valgavoth is good news for people who hate Grist. Passive ability: whenever a card enters your opponent's graveyard from anywhere, it's exiled instead. That's Valgavoth's passive ability. So any objectives that require hitting graveyard amounts in your own graveyard, this just negates that from happening. Automatically, you cannot win that full points in that. So that's the one thing that I see is okay, that's problematic. Other than that, it's straight up, hey Grist, frick you. So if you hate her, this is a must-have walker. And then anytime, the good news is you go to load up your game or get a match loaded up and you see Grist across from you, go get Valgavoth and just go run her into the ground. That's the only great thing about him. His first abilities kind of suck. Target creature gets -3/-3, and if that creature would die this turn, manifest dread. Dumb, dumb. For what?
Yeah, that's
For
lame.
6 loyalty? Come on, that's dumb. Second one for 10 loyalty, Seated Fears. Create a worse nightmare token. That token is when a creature you control dies, destroy this support. This support. When this support is destroyed, destroy an opposing non-land support at random. Otherwise, your opponent loses 10 life. That sucks, frankly. You
Yeah,
know, it's just
that's not doing a whole lot
that's not
either.
good. And then the third one is Heart of Duskmourn. While the support is on the board, your creatures gain lifelink at the end of each player's turn, and that's permanent. So if the support leaves, they still have the lifelink. Create a copy of the random card in your opponent's exile into your hand. That card gains full mana. When you cast a copy of a card, lose 10 life. That lose 10 life is significant. I've lost a couple games because of it. Testing this, I was like,
Oh no.
oh, okay. Because I was early builds, I didn't have enough life gain. You got to build some life link into it. This offsets it with the life link, but you got to keep your creatures on board, etc., etc. This
Hmm.
is bugged right now, guys. So if you're gonna buy this, it's bugged. It only works on your turn, not on Greg's at the end of Greg's turn. So that's the bug with this. It's supposed to happen after each turn. So you get it on yours, you get it on the end of Greg's turn. So you get 2 cards you're casting basically at the start of your next turn with full mana, and then when you do, you take 10 points of damage from each one of those. So you take 20 points of damage. That's significant. Um, that ability is
I still
okay.
can't believe they let things that bud come out for cash.
I think that I think they test them. They work fine in a limited test. They don't run them fully, and then when somewhere between pocket to I don't know for onto the newsstand, something breaks, and then just when it breaks, that's just they're like that's not the way that's supposed to work. It's kind of my impression I've gotten from things, but I don't know. It's yeah, it's hard to be buggy. I'll tell you another thing I like about this walker that is not showing here for whatever reason. Let me see if I can adjust that. The loyalty or the mana bonuses. I like his mana bonuses a lot. Um, where are you? You are here.
But like whatever the reason is that these things end up getting bugged, it's just like what a way to kill consumer confidence.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah. You got to have consumers.
yeah, and you're not gonna keep them if everything you put out is bugged. But whatever,
What
not
remind me
my
what
cup of tea.
how many platinums we have in the last game weekend? Was it 2000?
The last thing I saw on your server, I think it was like maybe 4 hours before ending, and it was like less than 2,000.
Yeah. I have one person out of my 30ish person team coalition that waits till like the last 2 hours to play to even log in
Sure,
and
I know a
play.
lot of people do that. I
Right.
don't get why, but you know.
Yeah, like well, the reason it's an old habit. Oh, I'm gonna wait as late as I can to get into a different flipped board, and I'll have fewer people to
Right.
fight against.
There
I'm
are
gonna
no
rank.
flip
There
boards
are no flip
anymore
boards,
though.
so it doesn't matter when you join. Join before the event even starts. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
It
that's what I always
literally
do.
doesn't matter. So it's not a lot of them, but we do have a couple people that still hold on to that habit, and it's like, all right, well, it is what it is. I don't think that's gonna matter much. There's that, and then a couple more, and then I've got to bounce. I actually have another thing I got to get into. Event rewards and planeswalkers are full art
All right,
foil,
that's fine. I
nerfed.
got
I
until
agree.
like
Ocelot
3.
is a problem. I needs. I agree. Ocelot is a problem and needs. But now, how is the issue? I think a cap is the easy solution to that. Does anyone know if they
Yeah,
completed the?
the simple solution, and it'll be
They
fine.
haven't announced the hidden challenge yet. I'm assuming. I don't have any insider information. I think those are going to be sent out to people in the inbox whenever that's done. Maybe today,
Hidden?
tomorrow.
What
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
we're supposed to get a fourth hologram foil card.
Oh, right, right,
If
right.
we did
Yeah.
enough, I think they just sent it to
Yeah.
everybody because they botched the event so badly or whatever. Well, actually, the Halloween event wasn't bad, but I'll tell you what was annoying was it's the same 5 daily quests every day for the last
Oh, right,
5 days, and it was just like, dude, we've already done this. I wouldn't have got a perfect on my free
right.
to play account, and it didn't change anything, so I didn't in my main account. So we'll see.
I know
Um,
they were trying to do that to get people to play the event, but it's just like you don't need to do it the entire week. Like maybe 3 times is fine or
Yeah,
whatever. You
well, and
know.
I know, I think part of the reason why they do it is because, and I mentioned this in the Discord, is because, as plugged in as we all are, because we're nerds, right? I don't
Right.
think everyone, there's a lot more casual players that play the game and aren't paying attention to the dailies as much, right? They're not grinding like
Mm,
we are. So as a result, they may not be aware of it until they log in
yeah.
that one Wednesday where they get to play and like, oh, here's that thing. If where they just did it one day, they would have
Right.
missed it, right? And not noticed. So
Right.
it is what it
Yeah.
is.
That much I get, but yeah, it does annoy
Yeah.
the most engaged player base, which is I don't know. I feel like I would want to cater to them a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, we're the ones that spend money, I'm assuming. So,
Okay.
Says if you wait until longer, there's more players to statistically, your so statistically your odds of fighting an average or worse deck go up. Maybe for sure. I'm not saying fighting right away.
Um,
That,
I think that used to be true. I don't
yeah,
think it's true anymore. I think the opposite is true now in my limited, anecdotal evidence. I definitely fight easier battles the earlier I play.
yeah.
It's because everybody else, like everyone in the
All the
like you're saying,
pros wait.
the pros wait till the end
Yeah.
because they're all thinking the same way. Oh, I'm gonna snipe a later bracket, whatever, and it doesn't happen. So yeah, it's I don't think that's true anymore.
If you're a newer player, like you just started playing in the last month, raise your hand. Let us know you're here. If you're seeing this in a
Mhm.
recording, comment in the comment thread because I'm curious as to because I think everybody here is a vet. I think everybody here has been playing for a while. Yes, I mean that's kind of what
Well,
I'm assuming.
Eridorn is like a month or two in.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Outside of Eridorn, and if that's you, when did you start? How did you find the game? I'm doing some market research here. How did you find the game? What do you
Right.
like about the game? Right. Uh, No, it did not flip. This event did not flip Aerodorn. That's what I'm saying is that normally it flips at 3,000. And that's another solution that I've made to them that nobody's taken action and I think is an easy solution. Make it 500 bracket. Make it 500 person
Right.
brackets. Why
They
do
actually do
3,000?
have that on accident in one of the
Right,
events, and
right.
people like it more.
It's great.
Tears in the Shadows, they
Yeah,
left it like when it was just a weekday event, they just left the bracket size the same. So
yeah.
I'm just like, oh, let's just do that for every collision
Yeah.
event.
Is it
What's the
that
harm?
hard? Like that's one of those ones where programming wise like is it really that hard? Like is it got to be that hard?
Or do they just not want to do it? I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. Mono Black's in a good place, I think, right now, and at 129 life,
Yeah.
Valgavoth's a good. His passive ability solid against Grist. His mana gains are great. Get some black conversion in there.
Mhm.
You're gonna fill your hand up really quickly. Cryptics is an easy add. Hey, look
Yeah.
at that! I'm giving praise to Cryptics. It's good. There's a couple other cards. In fact, I'll show you the deck that I was playing with in here for my Mythic build. I was doing Gitrog, Blasphemous Edict, Riddles, obviously Riddles of Undeath, Mystic, Alcazaz, how do you say that name? Alcazaz?
Accolazats.
Aclazotz, the deepest betrayal.
Yeah.
Um, and
Love
then
that card.
Liliana of the Dark Realms. Great, 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 great Vanguard. Great Vanguard. Converts to 3 and it just fills your hand up in control. Necromancy's good. Cryptics is fantastic. Will of the Abzan is decent. It's a nice little removal spell, and then Dead of the Deathless is kind of a
That's
flex. But
decent.
this is a fun little deck. I wouldn't say it's
Mm.
super OP. I got to figure out a faster win con, but it works and it's good.
Mm.
And
That's the thing with mono black right now. You can control and lock things down really easily these
mhm,
days, but actually winning takes a bit of time.
yeah,
Temit's pretty good for that. I like Temit as a win con.
yeah, yeah.
Nethergoyf,
I almost added
a couple
her,
other ones.
him. Oh,
Hmm.
this one's a neat one for my peasant build. Kimball, Proliferating Mare. When an opponent's creature enters the battlefield, if it is a non-token creature, your token creatures get +1/+1. You got to have a token on board, okay? Then create a copy of that creature into the battlefield under your control. With the token creature enters, when a token creature enters the battlefield under your control, deal 3 damage to your opponent's planeswalker, then gain 3 life. When a token creature enters the battlefield under your control, deal 3 damage to your opponent's planeswalker, then gain 3 life. That's unlimited, so you can do that as many times as you like. I haven't found a way to break
Wait,
that
what
part of
card
it.
was that?
This is Campbell, Profiteering Mare.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I forget about that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, he's decent. I dig him. He's fun in this event in this build, so he works really well with it.
Hmm.
And then Grizzly
Interesting.
Spectacle, destroy target non-artifact creature, then destroy the first X cards of your opponent's library. X is this creature's power. Put stuff into the exile. You just got to figure out something that really leans into the exile stuff from their side. So there's a couple of different ways to do that. And then if you actually, he's got it built in for Valgavoth. His third ability allows you to do that, except it's bugged. So once that's fixed, I think that makes him a more viable walker. I like him.
Right,
I
for
like him
sure.
more than I thought I would. Is he $30 good? I don't know. That's up to you. But
Mm.
I think he's functional. I would suggest picking him up for gold if you don't have any other pressing walkers to get. Right?
All right, I guess I'll try him
Yeah,
then.
try him out. Again, he's not meta breaking, but he's fun. I enjoyed him. I enjoyed him.
I just have no real reason to play him. I don't know. That's just me, but
Well, I
like I
love.
don't fear grist that way, so it doesn't matter to me. Like that whole like graveyard thing.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
just on principle, I just don't like that that passive. I think it just breaks too many things.
Yeah,
But I
no,
already made a whole
I
video
completely
about that,
understand.
so
I
I'm not going
completely
to get
understand
into
that.
that.
Yeah. Well, go watch the video, guys, if you want to hear the real skinny on it. Sunday afternoon is ideal before the other vets start, but a wall-filled pool of opponents. A well-filled pool of opponents.
I
Yeah,
mean, I
okay.
guess.
That's why you need a
I
smaller
still think
brackets.
it's
Yeah.
earlier better.
Many players hate the extreme amount of perfect scores. Yeah. Yeah, see that's Opera
Right.
Stomper. That's a very slippery slope, man. You get a lot of people that bitch and moan about how much, oh, we have too much perfect scores. I'm in that camp. Then you get just as many, if not more. They're like, I get pissed if they drop a point for anything, for any reason whatsoever, and
Right.
they riot in the streets. I'm like, it's a game that feeds you your endorphin dumps, right?
Hmm.
Your chemical imbalances, especially us ADD
Right.
guys. And you want to see multiple wins as quickly as possible, but that comes down to you got to lose sometimes. I don't mind losing. I just don't like losing in a way that penalizes you so drastically from the top. Like if you lose
Right.
1 point, you're in the hundreds in people playing, right? I don't mind the first
Well, yeah,
placers, just don't make it so extreme, right?
Yeah, I kind of got over that whole feeling about it a long time ago.
Yeah.
Just like not because individual placement doesn't really like make a huge difference. I know some people are really like, oh, I wish I got 3 packs instead of one
Free
for
to play
like
players that makes sense, but veterans who
yeah,
pretty much have all the cards they're gonna get out of it, just it's not it.
right.
You're not gonna
Especially
get
if
it
you're
from that.
VIP. It's
Yeah.
like, come on.
Or even if
But
you're not pay if you're free to play and you're just doing like BFTA as the way to go get your resource management, there's easier ways to go
right.
get crafting orbs, and that's BFTA. Go get masterpieces that give you 5,000 crafting orbs, right?
Right. And that's why, yeah, that's why I'm so detached from the outcome and coalition events and why I don't really care that much anymore,
Yeah,
which is
yeah,
why I'm bouncing around coalitions now.
yeah. I guess if your opponent plays Valgavoth, switch to Amanatu and play ST. Yeah, right. Exactly. Again, I say this almost every time we do a video, or I shoot a video out there. Counterplay. Like go look at what your opponent's doing and go either sideboard a deck, right? Or choose a different walker that counters their abilities and takes full advantage of it. So Amanatu is one.
Mhm.
Um, uh, Connecting the dots. If you're playing a red walker, go throw connecting the dots in your deck right away because anything that goes to exile, you're going to bring back with connecting the dots for free, right? So
Right.
free to play it sucks, but man, I listen. My free to play account is one of the top ranked decks plays. I'm a shit player, but I have pretty much all the cards that I need to go out there and win all the time, right? Free to play
Right.
is more generous now than it's ever been, more than it's ever been. Of course, that's directly connected to each
Yeah,
other.
if you're free to play and you just need to win games, I mean, you just build a meta deck and that doesn't take that long to target the right cards for that. If you spend all your time and you know what you're doing, then you'll get the decks that uh you can win with and be consistent. It's just a matter of do you want to play that way? But
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
it's up to you what you prioritize in the game.
Lightning round. You ready? We'll wrap this up with a lightning round on the new five.
All right.
You go, Liliana Vess. I'll let you go first, then I'll give my thoughts if there's anything else to it. What do you think of her?
Before I say what I think of her, just in general, I like these 5 planeswalkers more than I thought I would. Just in playing them, they aren't like they're still all kind of B tier or maybe a little less some of them, but they're all nice. I'll
Yeah,
just say that. So, with that being said, Liliana Vess has a decent second ability, I think it is an okay third. Decent second ability being that it's basically like her Vanguard, where you discard the first card with mana from their hand,
yeah.
but then you also get a little bump of mana from it
hmm
if they have like I think what is it like how many cards you have in
Your
your
opponent
hand or something
discards
like
the
that.
first card with mana from their hand, gain mana equal to the number of cards in your opponent's hand. So if they
Oh,
have
okay.
five cards
Five
in
at
hand,
most.
you get five, right? Which is still
Yeah,
that's good, especially for the hand
yeah.
hate.
It's
You're
just a
going
little
after
bonus,
you're
a
going
little
after a card with
cherry on
mana.
top.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that second ability is really good for control. So if you're a control player,
right.
you're gonna like that. And for 8 loyalty, to ditch their card with and you're strategic with it, it's good. It's really really good. I like it a
Hmm.
lot. I liked it more than I thought I
For
would.
sure.
Right. First
Hmm.
ability is a bit hit or miss. I don't for 7 loyalty. It should be 3 4 loyalty.
Yeah,
Again,
that's way too over costly.
yeah, it's one of those things where I'd like to see it
It
add.
doesn't even fetch the hand.
No, that it just puts a card in your yard. Maybe it you don't get any card advantage of it at all. You're just stacking the top of your deal. It's like or
Right.
not the ornithopter. What's the thimble one? The little thimble thing in Paper Magic that allows you to see the card on top of your deck and you can scry. Um,
Mm.
it's I would have loved to have seen that ability say, hey, it gives you 3 loyalty. Use this ability and it gives you
Oh
three
yeah.
loyalty. Awesome.
Yeah,
If
why
you're
not?
gonna if you're gonna give me a shit thing like that, I'm sorry, a less than optimal ability that doesn't really impact anything I'm doing right now, great.
Yeah.
Let me go get some loyalty out of it. I still would like to see them do that.
Right.
Rise from the grave. Return the first creature with the greatest mana value up to 20 from your graveyard to the battlefield under your control. I would be upset over the 20, except this only costs 14 to do, so that's very
Hmm.
fair, I think. Your graveyard to the battlefield under your control. Then return all creatures with the same name of creatures you control from the graveyard to the battlefield under your control. That's really good. That second
Hmm.
part is really, really, really good. For 14 loyalty, that third is monster. If only she let me play with STA. That ability with STA would be
Yeah, right.
bonkers, and you can't because it's blue and white. So get it. Mana gains. Look at those mana bonuses. +8, +1, +1, +1, -2, all day. I will take that all day. That is stellar good. Really, really good. I like her. She's my second favorite Liliana Vess or Liliana.
I would say my only issue with the third, and maybe it's just a me thing, but I'm not usually using like giant creatures for attacking with black. That's
Mm-hmm.
not usually my main win con.
Mm-hmm.
Is like giant stack of creatures hits the board and boom, I'm good to go. It's definitely more of a slow play thing. So if I bring in, a creature that's like 3/3 or whatever into play, like even reinforced however many times, it's still only gonna, end up being like a 12/12 or something. It's good. I mean, I'm glad to have that creature on the board rather than not, but it's not like oh, I hit her 3 and that's like changing the game for
Yeah.
me, pretty much.
So this is the card that I'm using in there as my WinCon Coalstoke Gearhulk, 12 mana, Menace,
Oh, okay.
Death Touch, 5/4. When this creature enters the
Yeah.
battlefield, return the first creature from target graveyard to the battlefield under your control. Then that creature gains finality. Number one, it's not getting the finality, so you don't have to worry about it. Number two, so it's
Oh
bug.
no.
Number
Okay,
two,
that's different.
when you pull this from your graveyard and you get a bunch of these every time they hit the board, right? You're pulling up your other
Right.
creature, which is a cool, the Unrepentant. So you're getting a 7/7 and you're swinging with big, big bodies.
Okay, but in mono black, without Breach the Multiverse, how are you filling your grave so much?
Master of Keys is another one I'm using. So
Okay,
so the way I'm filling my board my
that's fair.
graveyard is Blasphemous Edict. So take the top 5 cards, put them in the yard. Okay.
Oh, all right.
I'm spamming my first, and then Ripples of Undeath. Destroy the top 7 cards of opponent's library, then draw a card. Mill 20 at the beginning of your turn, gain 10 loyalty. Is that theirs? As long as there's more cards in your opponent. Oh no, that's your opponent's graveyard. That's not yours. What's the other? There's another one that puts stuff in your yard. I think it's the grave something or other. I'll have to go look and tweak it. This isn't my final build, but it's good. Master of Keys, when it comes on board, you don't need many of them. You don't need many. You just
Yeah.
need a couple, and
True.
they 4 or 5, especially with a cool doubling them up. A cool is like one of my favorite cards right now. I love that one. All right, quick
Oh yeah.
aside. Da, 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 da. Who is this? Rot 8 H6C says, "Ooh, that was a gem. Play BFTA, get masterpieces, then dupe for the craft orbs. Nice. Absolutely. My biggest advice on free to play players has been to this
Mhm.
point: go get premium packs, get loyalty, duplicate orbs that way. No, no. Any more limited number of premium packs, PPs, giggle, giggle. Really save your gold, play BFTA at nauseum as many times as you can. Number one, you're going to get
As much as
ton
you can stand
a
to.
ton of great cards out of that, just that are good meta games right now. Judith is chef's kiss.
That is true.
She's amazing, and she's a rare, so you're going to get her right away. But then in addition to that, you're going to go get duplicate masterpieces, and you're going to go wind up getting 5,000 crafting orbs, and you're using those to go craft just commons, uncommons, and rares from the standard sets. Okay? Get all of those. Then when you get to your 10th level, you get a non-dupe pack of standard, and you'll get nothing but mythic and masterpieces from the standard set at that time. Got it? That's the best strategy, in my opinion, for new players, free to play players, to go in there and get all the peak cards you want. The second thing it does for you is it does three major things. Three major things. The second thing that it does, you get a butt ton of pinks out of that. It's an even gold exchange from gold to pink, the hardest resources to get. You can go use those to go snipe elite packs to go get the chase cards you're looking for mythics and masterpieces. Okay. The third thing it does, and this is not spoken about enough, you get a non-dupe legacy rare card. This is the only place in the game you can get a non-dupe rare card. And Legacy has some dope rare cards. And this allows
Hmm.
you not to have to go waste pinks or crafting orbs rather on older sets. Don't just ignore Legacy. When you get all of the standard cards, those eventually become Legacy. You'll build packs that do well. I don't. There's not one deck in Legacy on par with STA outside of Omniscience. Period. There's not one deck in Legacy that's as strong or stronger than, or that makes STA look dumb. It is that powerful. So you don't need legacy stuff. You can go get it and want it, and everybody wants omniscience. You should, but it's come down in power level, in my opinion, comparatively speaking. Its STA is that strong. Unless they nerf it, it's that strong. That's my opinion on that. All right. Sorry, we said lightning round. Let's keep these going real quickly. All right. Who's next? Jace Belleron. Look at this. Did they always do this?
Oh yeah.
Where you could go open the thing up and get inside of the. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Let's not change
Hmm?
the subject.
I
Okay.
don't know what you're talking about.
Jace Belleron is my favorite of all of these guys. I'm going to lead off with him. His mana bonuses are good. They're really
Hmm.
good, but that's not it. It's just his first ability. Draw a card. You may activate a loyalty ability again this turn for 4 loyalty.
Yeah.
It's just broken. It's just
Hmm.
broken. Here's the deck that I'm doing it with. I am using, let's see, I'm using Steam Core Scholar, Lock and
Yeah.
Load, Mystical Teachings, Leyline, Akrama's Vengeance, or Memorial, Rediscover the Way. Such a great card. Thopter, here's the rule too. Thopter Fabricator. When you draw a card, create a Thopter token, and Satoru the Infiltrator. When a creature enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card. Then if that card has whatever, um, otherwise gain 4 mana. So whenever a creature enters the battlefield, draw a card and gain 4 mana. That, this guy, and then anything that gives you loyalty. You had one with it's Ikermoon Gauntlet that adds
Oh yeah.
loyalty. I want to throw that in here. I
Right.
saw that. I'm like, I didn't think of that. I was about to start down that path that gains
Yeah, I just
loyalty.
kind of stumbled upon that
Right.
because I was playing it in Scotty Bloodlines. I
Hmm.
was like, oh wait a second,
Yeah.
Moon Gauntlet just you can just gain loyalty every time you use a loyalty ability, so they feed each other.
This was
And
my hack.
yeah, just watch my what's that? Yeah, and it's infinite too. You could use it as many times as you can
Exactly.
fill up with loyalty. So
It's dope.
yeah, check out my latest little short that I made
Chef's kiss. I'm
for
stealing
it.
that. I will steal it. The other hack that I had
Yeah.
was Leyline of the Guild Pack, so that when you're drawing it in the hand and its
Oh,
overflow hits, then you go destroy the board. It charges up your
yeah.
hand,
That's a
and
good
you're getting the
idea.
loyalty
Yeah, I
too.
should look at more overflow cards. But
Overflow is my.
yeah,
Ooh, I
Thopter
love them.
Satoru, really good for that
Yeah.
one. Been playing around with that as well. Um, yeah, there's just a lot of little funny things you can do with it. And then Jace's third ability is really good too, actually.
Yeah.
I
Yeah. Let me
use it
get into it.
as a finisher
It is good. It's very good. It does
sometimes.
40 points of damage ish. What does it do? It's destroy the top 10 cards of your opponent's
Up to
library,
50.
and then
Yeah.
deals 5 damage to your opponent's planeswalker for each different card in your graveyard. Yeah, for 15 loyalty. You're doing
Yeah.
up to
That's good.
50 points of damage. That's solid. That's really solid. The secondary ability, reading the place. Each player draws up to 2 cards. Then cards you've drawn this way gain X mana. X is the number of cards in your opponent's hand. Very similar to Lily's. It's okay. I use it from time to time, but and then it's passive. We haven't even been talking about the passives. At the beginning of your turn, if you've activated a loyalty
Oh
ability
yeah.
at least once the game, each player draws a card. So lame. That one's not very good. Like
That's not one I really
no.
care about. Yeah.
Garrick Wildspeaker, his second ability, 12 loyalty, costs too much, but it creates a beast token, then reinforce it 3 times. So you get a 16/16 creature. Someone has said it's
Hmm.
bugged, that the second time you use it, it only gives you 1. It doesn't give you the 3 reinforcements. So we'll have to test that and see, but I
Oh.
don't have
Oh,
confirmation
that's
on
lame.
that. The third is okay. The loyalty, the mana bonuses are okay. He's just
Hmm.
okay. But his secondary
Right.
ability is good. Better Garrick is the Garrick Unleashed.
Unleashed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Garrick
for
Unleashed
sure.
is the best.
Oh yeah.
Mono green.
Not even a
Yeah,
question.
not even close. He's so much better. And then who else do we have? We have Chandra Nalar. What do you think of Chandra?
Chandra. She's probably my least favorite of the 5.
Yeah,
Her abilities mostly suck. Uh, that second ability is cool until you run into another red planeswalker. Then it
yeah,
sucks
yeah,
because you're
yeah,
destroying your own matches too.
yeah.
So, or your own gems in
Her
that case.
her
So,
mana bonuses are good.
yeah, there are. Yeah, I'll
I
give her
don't I
that.
don't
But
like her third. I don't like her third. Because it deals damage to your
what is her
creatures.
third again? Oh,
Deal 10 damage to
right.
all
Yeah,
creatures, including
exactly.
your own. Deal damage equal to the excess
Yeah,
damage to your opponent's planeswalker. Why not just do 10 damage to your opponent for each creature on board, not including reinforcements? So that's 60 points of damage you could do. That would be great, right? Then
yeah,
it's
that would actually be
because the
a
excess,
pretty
if you're
viable.
yeah, if you're facing anybody that's running creatures, they're going to get them as big as possible. So if they can just eat 10, you're not
Right.
doing jack squat. It's a waste. It's a waste.
Right.
Yeah,
Hmm.
she's not my Chandra of choice. My Chandra of choice is still Dress to Kill. Dress to Kill or Flame Shaper, one of those two. I think Dress to Kill is still my favorite.
Nice.
Although I haven't played
Oh,
Mono Red in
really?
forever. Johnny Goldmane, what are your thoughts?
He's okay. I like his abilities more than I thought I would.
Hmm.
That third ability, that little cat token can get out of control pretty quickly.
He's
I'm
beefy.
surprised.
Yeah, he's
If you
beefy.
don't like, if your opponent isn't running heavy removal, that will actually help you finish a lot of games quicker than you expect.
Yeah.
So I just run him with like a bunch of annoying white removal cards and then kind of rely on that cat token to do a lot of the heavy damage, and
Yeah.
it works fine.
I agree.
He's okay. The fact that he's like the first creature or the first planeswalker you open up when you start an event means I play him a lot more than I probably would otherwise. But
Come on.
for him being like just kind of uh, a pretty average planeswalker,
Hmm.
he's solid.
I
Like
think
I can go ahead and win games with them and be fine.
the second ability is better than I think people give it credit for. Your creatures get +2/+2,
Hmm.
period. If you control a cat creature, your first creature gains vigilance. So it gives that creature vigilance. So if you have you do it
Yeah,
third, second, first, and then you have your passive ability, which then they have lifelink and first strike, right?
right.
That's just the order. Ramp to your third,
Yeah, that's yeah, 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1, and then you
Yeah,
get your passive ability.
that's one where it actually makes a big difference if
Yeah,
you use all the abilities.
for
That
sure.
one actually does impact.
And then
I
and
think
then
that's
by that
a
time, if
pretty
you're
solid
running,
passive.
what are you running? You're running Wish, Golden Wish, and then you're just spamming your third
Yeah.
again, right? And just doubling that creature. It's game by then. It's just win more at that point. But it that I think he's the
Yeah.
most complete of what they were trying to do. He's still not near as good as
Okay.
Pajani, right? PMA Ajani,
Oh yeah.
Invigorate Leadership.
No.
That's just peak. So if you're newer and you don't have a Pajani yet or an Ajani and you're
He's
thinking
still OP.
gold main,
Yeah.
no, go Ajani, Invigorate Leadership is the only one.
Yeah.
So when you
He's the
say
only a Johnny you need to care about.
yeah, at least at this stage, till you have all the other ones that are important. Yeah, I
Right.
agree. I give them all like solid Bs, lower, B minuses maybe, some of them
B
more than others.
minuses, yeah.
I do give Jace Belleron, I give
Jace
him
would
an
I would
ace.
probably give him an A. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's card dependent. If you have the right cards, he can be S tier. I mean, he can be an S tier walker if you build that specific deck, that one deck. He's just S tier for that alone. There's something to be said about unlimited A1. You know, come on.
Right.
You got the right cards. It's
Well,
unlimited A1. What are you going to do? You're going to win the game, right?
he's just gonna like default be the best guy to hit any loyalty objectives.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I didn't even think of that. That becomes a no-brainer. I have to go really take my builds that I've been using to Fairy Master of Time or the other Jace. What's my
Yeah.
favorite Jace? My favorite Jace is Reawakened.
Reawaken.
Reawakened
Yeah.
is yeah, that's my boy. Um, I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to see how he runs that same build because my build with Jace Reawakened is
Well, so
um,
I use the three, like my three favorite Jaces are what I use for Scotty Bloodlines.
mhm.
And the one thing that I've like that's knocked Jace Reawakened down a little bit in my playtesting compared to the others is the lack of built-in card draw. It makes a pretty big
Yeah, yeah,
difference.
yeah. But there's so much in blue though. Even in standard blue, there's so much.
There is, but you do have to like keep that in mind. You can't just like because my other Jace decks are just full of a bunch of utility cards and things
Yeah, it's one
that
less
gain
thing
me
you have to
mana and
add.
stuff.
Yeah, it's one less thing you
Right,
have to add. I get it. I understand it. It's one of those things for me that is what Jace does. Jace draws cards, right? So
right.
Jace Belleron does that better than Jace Reawakened, sure. To
Hmm.
where you have to add it to the deck in order to make it functional, sure. But to me,
Yeah,
that first is so good. Discard a card and you gain that much mana into your first card.
yeah,
It just starts. You're just starting your win. And let's be honest, his mana bonuses aren't as
yeah.
good, but that's all you really need, right? The deck's gonna win. You just need to get it started, and that's the best one of the best starters in the game, period. So
Hmm.
and that third ability is just stupid control. For 17 loyalty,
Yeah,
drain all mana from your opponent's hand, deal X damage to your opponent's planeswalker. X is 45 minus the amount of mana drained from the hand this way. So hit their hand, make them nuke,
hmm,
or go do a time reversal. They got no mana in hand.
yeah.
You're hitting for 45 for 17 loyalty. Come on, that's just solid. That's really really good. My
And don't
favorite.
forget, you get those two free cards at the beginning of your next
Oh,
turn
that's
too.
right. That's right. Yeah, that come in and are full mana. It's a great. He's my favorite
Yeah,
walker. He's my favorite mono blue walker. All right, we are well over
yeah.
time, dude. I
He's
gotta
kind of
run.
a
No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that Jace Bellerin is kind of a good in between because he's got a little bit of Master of Time and he's got a little bit of Reawaken.
Yeah,
So he's a good pickup.
he's good.
I would recommend him.
I would not see a challenge with anybody picking him up. And that first ability is, again, if that's your style of gameplay, easy pickup, easy pickup. And as I understand, I think he's available for IRL cash. Would I buy all 5 in the bundle? I personally wouldn't, just because I know I don't like mono walkers. But if mono walkers are your thing, right, and you want
Right.
that it's not a bad deal at all. And they're all very
Mhm.
functional. Garrick might be the weakest of them, but he's still strong. He's not as strong as the other Garrick, but or if you're gonna onesie
For
twosie
me,
them,
that's Chandra.
Jace, yeah, Chandra too. You're right. So those two are the lowest. It's Chandra, Garrick, and then it's Jace is at the top for me. I think
Hmm.
Vess is actually probably next for me. I like
I would
her
say
better
she's
than
number 2 for me
yeah, I
as
like
well.
her better
Yeah.
than Ajani. Ajani's still good. All 3 of those
Uh-huh.
are really good. Um,
Hmm.
Jace, are they better than their counterparts? I still say Jace Reawakened. You say Jace Belleron. I get that's the only one that I could see an argument for
No, I
justifiably.
still prefer Reawakened over
Okay,
Bella, and
there you go.
don't get me wrong, but yeah, I do think that he definitely has a place in most people's collections. New Jace.
Lily X, Liliana of the Dark Realms is my Liliana of choice. Others would say Lily,
Hmm.
what's her name? Not Shadowbuzz.
Valiana.
Valiana, Liliana of the Veil. But whatever. She's terrible. Liliana of the Dark Realms is number 1 for me. This one would probably be
Uh-huh.
number 2. I actually enjoy this one, and it's those
Right.
mana gains. Those mana gains are amazing. They're really good. 8
Yeah.
to black is
Actually,
just you
yeah.
can't ignore that. And
Hmm.
then a Johnny Invigorate Leadership is better than a Johnny Goldmane, but all are good. They're
Yeah.
all really, really good. Those are just the ones I would take in
He's
that order.
probably the second best mono white Ajani.
I think so.
Um, because like I can't even tell you what the other ones do. The other mono white Ajanis, I don't own any of them.
Somebody asked something really great. Would you guys ever stream or record some true PvP matches? Now that you're in our my coalition, we can do that. We can actually do some PvP stuff, and maybe we can record it. I'll stream on my side, you stream on your
I
side. We just won't
suppose
watch each
if I
other's
actually
stream.
wanted to do that, sure.
Oh, get out of town. We'll have fun.
I
We'll have
do not like I do
really.
not like live PvP. No.
We did a tournament in our coalition. It was a lot of fun, dude. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I wish you guys had a way to stream that. That would be fun. I would definitely watch that. I
Yeah.
just don't want to participate.
Yeah. Well, you can narrate. Hey,
Yeah,
everybody,
sure.
welcome to
Yeah.
this year's championship. We're going to have a da da da.
I would do that.
That would
Yeah.
be a lot of fun. Would you guys ever stream? So, yeah, there you go. That's good to hear. Well, the offer still stands, and for anyone else, too. Opera Stomper. Love Blast. Free to play is awesome in this game. One of the few free to play games that isn't money grabby. I agree. At least so far. Fingers crossed. Holy giraffe. Yep. I got a perfect fair percentage of the time. Not worried when I don't anymore. Yeah, don't worry. But it's a fun game.
Right.
Don't get Jace Reawaken nerfed. Oh yeah, don't get him nerfed. No, if they have a nerf, if
Oh, I don't
you
know.
don't nerf me
What
by
what would he
now,
need to be nerfed for? I don't, yeah, whatever.
he's just good. He's just really. I think
Yeah.
he's fair. Again, mono walkers need to be more powerful because they're mono. They're limited to one color set, right?
Right.
Am I thinking about
Yeah,
doing it
because
again? Yeah, I would do it again. I think we should. Now that I have some more time, we should organize that and put that together. So we'll do that. Last time we did I think a $30 gift card I had, or a $25 gift card that I had that I gave away.
yeah, that's cool.
Kilroy took my money. Kilroy beat me. It was a 3-way tie. It was me,
Nice.
Kilroy, and then there was somebody I can't remember else who was in it. Sorry guys if I forgot
Yeah.
your name. But we each beat each other. Kilroy beat the other player. That player beat me, and I beat Kilroy. But it took me 3 matches to beat Kilroy. I beat him 2 out of 3, and he beat his guy
Oh.
2 out of 3, 3 out of 3, and then
Mhm.
they beat me 3 out of 3. So that's the only he won 1 match against me, and that's why it wasn't a 3-way tie. So it was pretty good. Yeah, I definitely want to do that. It would be a lot of fun. All right, guys. As
Nice.
always, I could talk for hours, bro, with you, and I do talk for hours. But I appreciate you
Likewise.
being here, man. It was great. We'll do more of these coming up, guys. Now that my client load is a little bit lighter, so we will be doing more of these.
Right on.
What do you guys want to see from us on these? You guys want to see some actual gameplay and stuff like that? Let us know. But there you go. If there's anything we missed, chime into the Discord. There's a link in the description. If you're a newer player, I cannot suggest this enough. Not for my own benefit. Maynard's there. The Opera Stomper's there. Zipvert's there. One of the best players in the game
Yeah.
who holds the record for the longest perfect streak in the game. All of the best players are in that group. Even people that may not like me as much are in there, and they're offering all great advice to newer players. So if you're not in a Discord server, click the link and get in there. one of the best moves. The best thing about this game, as much as we grumble about it, there's no doubting that our community is absolutely one of the best gamer communities in the world in any game. Fight me. Our guys are so generous. Our gals are so generous with their time, effort, energy, and their adoration for this game. They're going to help you out in any great way possible. So get into that group, man. Can't suggest it enough. Any final words, Maynard?
No, nothing comes to mind right now other than, yeah, looking forward to hanging out in the various coalition and coalition families. This was something that actually kind of came to mind just thinking about it. It wasn't not my intention at all, but I kind of want to do a video where I just talk about the various coalitions in the game and just how to join them and everything like
Yeah.
that. So if people are out there and wanting to invite me in for a bit, and I'll give everybody the lowdown and give you guys a little bit of a shout out in a future video.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
um,
Funny, the YouTube chat blocked the last comment from Lug Bugmac, but it showed up on my stream. So it says, "Oh, Krulax is in there," and somebody says he sucks. Krulax is my boy. I love Krulax. Krulax is great. He's great to me. I don't know if he sucks to you, but he's been awesome to me. So that said, everybody, I hope you guys are doing well. Enjoy. Make it a great one. I hope you guys enjoyed your Halloween. Hope you guys are having a great year. Let's finish out this last quarter strong. And until our next quest, my friends, swords up.